It's the Eagle Community Television Forum with your host, Gary Shorman.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Forum here on Eagle Television. Good to have you watching along as our forum is brought to you by Hayes Med. Taylor Tustin is our guest here on the Forum program. She's a senior at Fort Hays State University. Taylor, what brought you to Fort Hays State University?
Originally, I actually came here to run cross country and track. That's what kind of brought me here. Got recruited here and got involved when I got here. My main priority was coming here to run, and found my little niche in athletic training and went from there.
Well, when you talk about running, what events did you participate in?
I was a distance runner.
Oh, good, yeah.
Mainly 800 mile, 2 mile in that sense, and then cross country. So anywhere from 4K, 5K to 6K.
And did you do that in high school then that led you to this?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep, I competed all 4 years of high school in cross country and track, and decided to continue that here at Fort Hays.
Now, you grew up in western Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Wheatland Grinnell High School in Grainfield, Kansas. It was very small.
Yeah, it is a small town, but a good community over there.
Oh yeah, wouldn't trade it.
So you get to Fort Hays State and you say, boy, I'm doing track, I'm doing this. Were there some teachers, or what actually got you into your new field?
Originally, I wanted to do sports medicine.
Mm-hmm.
So it started with an injury in high school, which is your typical story for athletic trainers. Got injured, got rehabbed by a physical therapist and athletic trainer. And I wanted to help people. I wanted to be able to help people like she did, to help me get back to my career. And that's what sparked my interest in it. And originally wanted to continue on with physical therapy, and decided that I'd stick with athletic training, and got super involved with that, and led me to this point.
Well, you know what's cool, and the reason you're on this program, you're a great student. Fort Hays State brings in some really cool kids. They go through the university, and then they get opportunities maybe they didn't expect. But you just won a really neat award. Tell us about that award.
Originally, just thought I'd put my name in the hat. Didn't really think it would go anywhere. Put some time and effort into the application this year. I did apply last year, didn't really try too hard. So didn't really think much of it, and submitted my application. Didn't think a thing about it until I got an email one day saying I won. And so it's a district level scholarship. The district includes 7 states in the Midwest: Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, Missouri, Oklahoma, and then the Dakotas. And so you apply, you have to have some recommendation letters from your professors and stuff, and you compete against applicants from all of those states. And so if you get chosen, then you get your award at the annual meeting in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as it was this year. And you go to the banquet, and your name gets announced, and you get a plaque, and it was just a really cool experience, something that a lot of college kids wouldn't get.
Well, you know, when you take a look at that, especially the competition level for doing that, what were the keys? What were the criterias to winning that? Because it's a cool deal when you look at the 7 states around here, all of the places involved with that. To pick you, obviously you're doing some cool things. What did they pick?
The application is composed of your transcripts and your grades and stuff like that, and your program director you have to have one recommendation letter from your program director, so that obviously is a big part of it. You also need one from a preceptor, so someone who's watched you in the clinical setting and that sort of thing, and then you get to pick one of your choosing. The recommendation letters, I've heard, do pull a lot of weight, and so I think that's one component that actually helped me a lot this year. And then they like to give the award to someone who will benefit the field of athletic training, and that this scholarship and award will help them in the future doing so. And so your application really needs to stress what you want to do for the field of athletic training.
Well, you're obviously one of the best. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with Taylor and talk a little bit about maybe what she wants to do next, what's next on the list, but also talk a little bit about athletic training. You know, we see you guys come on the field, you're on the court, you help out there. I want to find out a little bit about what that means and what you do. Our guest is Taylor Tustin, and she's our guest on the Forum. We'll be back after this.
Hayes Med is your first and best choice for healthcare. They're the only facility providing tertiary level services in this region. With more than 70 physicians and 26 specialties ranging from heart, orthopedic, spine care, cancer, obstetrics and gynecology, wound care, rehabilitation and surgery, including the Da Vinci robotic surgery, Hayes Med is your comprehensive health provider for people throughout Western Kansas. Hayes Med, helping people be healthy.
Eagle Communications is your ultimate business partner. We provide business class phone with customizable features and fast, reliable internet. Your knowledgeable team at Technology Solutions has a broad base of IT services to meet your needs. Let the experts at Marketing Solutions get your message to the right people on the best platforms. The only piece missing is your business. Call Eagle Communications today at 877-61-EAGLE.
Hi everyone, this is Gerard Welbrock inviting you to join us for Tiger Talk. We record it over the noon hours Mondays at Old Chicago, north of the interstate in Hayes, and play it back at 6 o'clock Monday nights on Tiger Radio Mix 103. You can also catch it on Eagle TV's channel 14 and 614, Tuesday and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m., and always on HayesPost.com. So join us for Tiger Talk over the noon hour Mondays at Old Chicago.
Welcome back to our forum program here on Eagle Television. If you have any ideas for future program, we'd like to hear from you. You can find me at gary.shorman@eaglecom.net, or if you're out surfing around on the internet on Facebook, you can find us under the EC TV Forum. Taylor Tustin is our guest here on the forum, and we're just talking about athletic training. And then we're going to talk about what she does next. Just won a nice award as being one of the top students in athletic training. And just to receive that award down in Tulsa. There a lot of people there?
Yeah, there were quite a few people. Yeah, it's kind of
Did you have to give a
overwhelming.
speech and talk?
I did not have to give a
You're pretty
speech.
good at
No,
this, so.
luckily did not, because I was pretty nervous. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. There were quite a few people, and it was just a big honor to be there, let alone receive an award and to be, I mean, on the list of awards with some awesome people in our field.
Well, let's go back and look at athletic training. Going to Fort Hays State, obviously a good program there. But talk a little bit about what you do as an athletic trainer that helps the students, the athletes, those people be better. What's the goal?
I mean, ultimately, we want to prevent injuries from ever happening. That's our number one place in the field of athletics, is preventing injuries, whether that be nutritional or heat-related or orthopedic-related. I mean, we look for risks in all those areas, whether it's weather or dehydration or, I mean, simple barriers in the way when they may be practicing. I mean, just trying to prevent injury in any way possible.
Now, do you have to specialize in a type of sports? Because just looking at, football requires a little different than maybe soccer or track, or have you specialized in any particular area?
As a student, we don't really specialize. They try to put us in every area possible. So we actually spend a little bit of time with football, with overhead throwing sports, with contact sports, and lower extremity sports, so soccer, football, volleyball, and we get a good mix of it all. In your career, you would more than likely specialize depending on what field you end up in. A lot of times you deal primarily with football and you get experience with football, and that becomes your primary field and your expertise. But in an education standpoint, they want you to learn about all of it, so that whatever field you get put in, you get experience with all of it.
Do the teachers actually help you, coach you on how to talk to students, athletes that maybe don't want to pay attention to the trainer?
Yeah, that's a big part. Yeah. Compliance with the athletes is a big deal. If you don't have their trust and you don't have experience with them, a lot of times they won't listen to you. So building that rapport and a bedside manner with your patients is huge. I mean, it's no different than being being a physician in a hospital. I mean, your patients aren't going to trust you if you don't build that rapport with them, and it's the same way with students. And a big part of building your firm foundation in athletic training is getting that experience on how to talk to patients, how to educate them, and not just, flabbergast them for any other sense of the word.
And also the backing of the coach. I assume that helps a bunch as well. Taylor, what do you want to do? When you graduate, you do all this, nice awards, what do you want to do?
obviously I want to stick with my roots and where I've been and where I come from. And so that leads me back to Western Kansas. I love rural Kansas, and it's my home. I'm a homebody. There's not a lot of opportunities for athletic trainers in the secondary setting, as in high schools. A lot of that comes from lack of funding and stuff for the schools, and they can't afford it. So obviously I want to help in that sense any way I possibly can. But through doing that, I would also like to advance my education, get a master's. I want to go become a physician's assistant, because then I can hopefully, through being involved in the hospital setting, create an outreach program to help area high schools in maybe more of an affordable way than just simply being an athletic trainer.
Ah, cool idea, because part of the things you learn in high school, whether it be on your side or whether it be the athlete side, is how to prevent injuries and how to do that. And in Western Kansas, that range goes from the high schoolers all the way up to people older who are out trying to do athletic events and sometimes get themselves in trouble by doing things they shouldn't be doing.
Yes.
So that sounds way fun. Well, thank you for being on our program today. Congratulations on the NEAT Award out there. And Taylor, good luck as you continue on with the next level of your education, and look forward to maybe talking to you in a couple more years when you're out doing all those other things, okay?
Thank you.
Taylor Tustin's been our guest here on the Forum on Eagle Television. Thanks for watching. The Forum's brought to you by Hayes Med and by Eagle Communications, our community connected.